Welcome to the Music Round Table with your hosts,
Clint,
Lyle,
Vicky,
and me, Kim, where the only opinions that matter is our own. All right, so March 29th, we were at the Great Canadian Casino seeing Glass Tiger.
Woohoo, finally.
Woo! Yes, finally. How long did we wait for that? How many months did we have those
several
tickets?
months.
Several months.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was a long time, though. We kept on going, when's that coming? When's that coming?
Yeah.
But before we get into that, Lyle, what did you want to say about a certain someone?
Val Kilmer
Yeah.
passed away.
Yeah.
So, which was very sad.
Shocking. A little bit.
Well,
Little
shocking,
bit.
but not.
No, it
Like
wasn't.
he'd
It
had
was
a
just very
host of
sad.
health
Sad.
problems.
He did
yeah.
have problems.
When do
It
you?
is very
What was
sad.
your first movie that you saw?
With Val Kilmer?
Yeah.
The one I remember that sticks out the most is Top Gun.
Yeah.
But was it the first one I saw? Probably not, because I didn't know who
You're
he
going
was.
Top Secret.
Before
I am going Top
Gun.
Secret.
Yes, I saw Top Secret.
Yeah, I've seen Top Secret too, but my first memory is Top Gun as well.
I can see the look on his face, and I'm going, "Oh, he's talking Top Secret."
Oh yeah, Top
Yeah.
Secret or Willow. Willow.
But
Yeah.
Willow was after Top Gun, though.
It was, yeah.
Real Genius was the one for me.
Oh, you saw
Oh
Real
yeah,
Genius.
Real Genius. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that till much later.
But
So,
there is a whole body of work that gentleman did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, was amazing.
Amazing.
He will be
Greatly
missed.
missed.
Yes.
We actually have a poetry book of his as well.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, it's so good.
I didn't know
Yeah,
he did
Scarlett
poetry.
would read us every once in a while. We'd be like, read to us, Scarlett.
We used to get the child to read to us as we were in bed. She
Yes.
hasn't done it for a while.
Yeah,
but
she's going to have to read us some more of Val Kilmer's
nice.
poetry.
Nice.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really multifaceted, like
Yeah.
lots of different talents.
Well, he was saying one movie that he really enjoyed doing was the one where he kept changing roles in the movie, like
The Saint.
the Saint. Yeah.
yeah.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his hardest role, I think, was doing Jim Morrison of the
in The
Doors.
Doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know they've been playing that one scene where second Top Gun, who was
Yes.
the better pilot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. I'm like,
It was
okay,
good.
that was perfect.
Yeah,
was
I
perfect.
was so happy
Don't spoil
when
the
he was
moment,
in that
yeah.
one, when he came in, and we didn't know he was going to be in it.
Yeah.
And it was so nice to see him reprise his role, even though it was as it was in the
It
second
was still
Top
very
Gun. Yeah,
good.
it was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked
So, yeah.
his acting. So that's a sad note.
Yeah.
But,
See, we're coming into a great episode, and we're starting on a sad note. But anyway,
but it's just to recognize
Acknowledge
him
and, yeah.
just
No,
think
well,
that we
he-
appreciated his
Because it's
time.
another person from our generation
yeah,
that
well,
we've
that's just
grown up
it.
with,
Is
right?
Yeah.
he is someone we grew up with. We all,
appreciated.
yeah. I was going to say idolize. I don't know if idolize is the right
No,
word, but we
appreciate.
definitely
Appreciate is good, yeah.
appreciated the art that he put forth.
We loved hating him in Top Gun.
Absolutely.
Well, it's funny. Okay, so yeah, in the original Top Gun,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, I totally okay. He was the one to hate and stuff.
Such a dick.
The way they portrayed it in Maverick, I think, was awesome
Yeah.
because the reality is when you're in a business like that,
Yeah.
is there would be camaraderie between
Camaraderie?
yeah,
That word?
that
That's the word.
That's what, yeah.
between the people, and it was actually kind of great to see the characters grow that way.
Even in the first movie by the end, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So,
Anyway.
anyways, on to Glass Tiger. So, what everybody think?
That was so fun.
It was so fun.
was
So
great.
much fun.
yeah.
It was great, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was such a great venue. I'd never been. I don't think, Vicky, have you been there for a concert?
Not for a concert. I've
Okay.
seen other shows there, but
Yeah.
not for a concert.
And I know Lyle's been there not for a concert.
No, not for a concert. No.
So Clint and I, that was our first time there. And, well, obviously, first time
No,
for a concert,
okay.
too.
Where were we seeing it?
I say it's the Great Canadian Casino. I know it does come up as the Red Robinson still.
Yeah.
Red Robinson Theater,
Yeah.
when you Google it.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
but it's
But
not
it
anymore,
hasn't
which
been
is-
named that actually for a long
like,
time.
I don't even know how long, it's forever. But
Yeah.
it was really comfortable. I have to say, like, it's a really good venue. It's not overly big.
No, it's a good
It's
size.
like a good size,
Yeah.
and even if it's full, it was like perfect. You could see them, right? You weren't like looking through little binoculars, and we were at the very back, so.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and there was like that nice floor in the back. If you really wanted to go dancing, you could like go dance to them, and it was good.
Which
Definitely go there.
he actually encouraged.
Yes, because he brought everybody. down the
Yes, I was
front.
going to say
Yeah.
there was a whole bunch of people that crowded down around the front
Yeah.
of the stage. That was a lot of fun to watch.
That was
too.
fun.
Good.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah.
whatever, you want to dance? Come on now.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's just like,
It's like it felt like half the theater was down there.
Yeah, emptied down to the bottom with the person with the tiger head.
Yes.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was good.
I don't know how they kept it on all that time.
I don't think I even saw that.
You didn't see them
don't think
down
I
there with the
saw
tiger
them.
head? Yeah, didn't you
did,
hear him say there's a tiger in the house?
I probably did, but
Yeah, he was
didn't-
talking about the
Yeah,
guy
no,
in the
if you're
front.
looking front, pretty much dead center.
Yeah. They had like
on
a
the floor
whole-
in front
it
of
was like a
him.
whole
Right.
hood
That
face.
there is a person who had a tiger head
Oh,
on.
yeah, no, totally missed it.
Oh,
They did a reel about it. They had a reel out there too.
yes,
as
they
well,
did. Yeah,
and
they put a few out there because they had the pictures from the stage and the videos
Yeah.
from the side and everything, and you can see them in
I'll
that
have to
one.
go back and look, yeah.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
I think he, the last time we saw him, I don't remember him, I guess, telling as many stories. He did tell stories, but like, I think this one had more, and he was a lot more jokey this time, Alan.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the last when I saw him a year and a half ago at the Playhouse, it was exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I think he's
Added some
changed.
stuff in there?
Yeah, since he had the stroke.
Yeah.
I think he's got a lot of stories in his telling. He's very funny. It's that Scottish. I think that's
Yeah.
come
Well, he
out.
did do that when we saw him as well, because
Yeah.
that wasn't that long ago.
It was
But-
2017.
Yeah.
I think it was different in that time when we saw him, because that time we saw him, it was a three band bill.
Yeah, this didn't have any opening act. Which
Yeah,
is,
so
I love that.
he had the stage for the time. On the other
Yeah.
one we saw them with, it was with Sash
Sash
Jordan
Jordan.
and Chilliwack.
Yeah.
So obviously he had to share. They were still a headliner, but they had to share the stage.
Didn't have as much time to
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't remember a lot of stories when I saw them at the Peony years ago
No.
either.
No, I don't remember. That's kind of shocked me with the stories.
Yeah, it was good. I like that. I liked
Yeah.
him talking about his dad and then doing the
Yeah,
sing song.
doing the,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
it's really good. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the poem, right? The Scottish poem.
Yeah, the
Yes,
Lord Byron
Scottish
poem.
poem,
Yeah, I
yeah.
wrote down a little bit
What is
about
it? What was you got about that one?
So it's a poem by Lord Byron, which was written in 1807.
Okay.
So he was saying that, before I get into this, his dad used to bring people over on a Friday night or whatever.
On the weekend, yeah.
On the weekend, and they would sing this song. So he called it his dad's song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Patty? Call his dad Patty?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
But it discusses, the poem's about the author's childhood in northeast Scotland when he used to visit Lochnagar in Highland, Aberdeenshire. It is perhaps one of the poet's most Scottish works, both in theme and sentiment. So that was, Dark Lochnagar. So I'm not going to pronounce the Gaelic.
You're not going to.
I'm not even going to attempt that.
Why not?
No.
Rude.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I can barely pronounce English words. I am not even going to attempt that.
I know, because as soon as you start, it's like, what? I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it's
Pretty much.
beautiful.
It was.
It was very
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah. That was one of the standouts, I thought.
That was one of your standouts?
Yeah. Plus, when the story before the Canada song, like when he was talking about that, I guess there was some confusion or something with what
Yeah,
he
that
said.
the political aspect of it, that somebody wanted him to write them a song for their
political campaign.
Yeah,
Matt,
and he's
right.
like, nope. I'm like, yes, because that song is amazing.
It
Canada's
was.
song,
amazing.
I can't stop listening to that. That one's really good.
If you people can find it, go find it on your social medias and share it.
Yes.
That's what he wanted.
That
That's
was
what he
his
said,
request.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
please do.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing.
It is amazing.
I've listened to it like 100 times too.
Right? I was singing, and it hadn't been out that long before the concert. It was like a couple days. And I was just like, I already know the words. How do I already know the words?
Yes, same.
Because
Well,
you've
that's good.
played it how many times?
Just a few. It's fine.
Well, I played it a couple
I
of
actually
times.
typed out the
you?
lyrics so that I could read them as I was listening to it because I learned better that way.
Yes.
But
Absorb
yeah,
it.
I was like, by the time the concert came, I pretty much
Singing
knew
along.
it too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. I was so excited. And then he had that shirt too.
I want the
I
shirt.
know. Where did he get the shirt?
I want the shirt.
We'll have to
Alan,
figure
where
that
is
out.
the shirt? We want the shirt.
These need to be for sale. Maybe they're. Oh, we
Check-
didn't look.
I was going to say, have you gone to his site? He probably
Yeah.
had. He probably
Not
has it on.
since the concert. I did check
Yeah,
beforehand
'cause
and they weren't there.
They weren't at the booth.
No, they
No,
weren't.
they were not.
No.
But we
It was
did
just all
get
Glass Tiger
your
stuff.
shirt, and we
I
got a
did.
CD.
I
and
did get a shirt.
Yeah.
Yes, and I got their new album 33. So
Newer.
Newer.
Newer,
That's been out for
yeah.
a while.
It has, yeah.
They didn't play any songs off it, though.
Yes, they
No.
did, didn't they?
No.
No,
I thought they did.
No.
it was mostly
'Cause
This
the-
Island Earth and
Yeah.
Diamond Sun.
Diamond Sun,
And
yeah.
then there was one more. I can't remember now. Hang on,
So
let me
there's
pull
some
up because
permission.
they had their playlist on Apple Music, and that's what I was listening to.
Of course they did.
Ah, okay.
Sneaky.
Yes.
Oops.
Oh, hang on. Wait. Okay, sorry.
We didn't
not
hear
what I
that.
meant to
Not
do.
at all. Although we would love to listen to it right now.
That's not what I meant to do.
We can't do that. So
I Am With You Tonight. Isn't that on 33?
yeah,
No, it's not. It's actually his personal song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I swear, because we were listening to 33, and I was like, "That they played this." I can't remember which two songs it was, but there was two of them, and I was like, "I swear I heard them." Unless I'm just making it up because I just love all the songs.
Well,
Yeah.
hold on a sec. The opening part when he's "This Is Your Life,"
Yeah.
that's off of that album.
So you
that's what
lied.
they. No, no, I didn't. They played it right at the start, like
played
just
it
in the background before
Right.
they came out with
Yeah.
the Silencer, which.
That's
Then
what they opened
that could
with,
be what,
yeah.
because I was just listening to him like,
Yeah.
I know I heard two of those songs that night, but yeah, I could just be
Which is a
believing
great
it
song.
in my own mind, but that's
Yes.
okay.
Oh, that's one thing I wanted to hit on before we get too far involved in it. Is obviously for an opening act, he had the guy spinning 80s tune,
Yeah.
which was kind of cool, but obviously we didn't necessarily partake in that too much.
No, we were too busy talking.
What I got a kick out of is in between the sets. So when the DJ left the stage and they were doing setup or whatever, they started playing music. All the music they were playing was all Canadian bands. And I was laughing, and I actually wrote it down as I was going, because it's like, okay, well, let's see here.
Yeah, he made notes
So-
while we were waiting.
First one they played was April Wine, Roller.
Yep.
Seen him in concert.
Yes, we did.
Next one was Honeymoon Suite, I Got a New Girl Now.
Saw
Saw him in concert.
Yes.
Third one was Loverboy, Everybody Working for the Weekend. Saw
him
him in
in
concert. The next two was Prism, Spaceship Superstar, and then Triumph Lay It on the Line. Haven't seen them in concert. Triumph would be cool to see in concert,
Yes.
but
Yeah, haven't seen
I
those.
didn't get around to seeing them. And then, then they had the Stamp Cedars, Sweet City Women. Okay, and then they finished with Tom Cochrane and Red Rider Lunatic Fringe. Guess what?
We saw
them in concert.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's hard to find some that you haven't when you're looking
I
at
was just going to
Canadiana.
say the same thing.
Maybe we have seen a lot of concerts.
Well,
A lot of Canadians,
I
yeah.
thought it was funny because like the first song, April Wine came on. Okay, this is cool. I've seen them in concert. Second song comes on. Hey, this is cool. I've seen them in concert. I'm going, okay, I got to write this stuff down. I've seen these
You thought it was
bands.
some kind of quirk?
No, it's good though.
Which
Well, it's
to
almost
us-
like being at the Kim Mitchell concert because they were playing all 80s too at the Kim
Yeah.
Mitchell one.
Before,
Yeah,
yeah.
they were,
Before he came out.
Which is another thing, though. I'm also mad at you at the same time because obviously we're reviewing the concerts. Like, normally I go out to the concert, I just want to enjoy the concert. But because we're in here
you
reviewing,
have to
I'm
make
actually
notes.
sitting there with my phone making notes where I can.
Yeah, you ruined him. What did you do?
I didn't take any notes during the concert.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
To be fair, I did that on the thing. Moment Alan came out, Glass Tiger came out. Yeah, no, phone's away. I'm focusing on the music.
I only took 2 photos the whole night.
Yeah, I didn't take very many either.
I
I
didn't
took
take
a
a
few at the
video. I
beginning,
didn't
and that
take
was about
anything.
it. Yeah.
I just really wanted to get the disco ball, the huge disco
Oh,
ball.
that was-
that was pretty. So
Yeah, I
love
looked at my
that.
picture that I took during there too, and you can't see the sparkle from the
No, oh, okay.
The
A couple
glitter ball in
of
mine.
mine worked.
Yeah?
A couple, but yeah, it was hard to get. I think I had to take like 5 pictures to get one that worked. But that was definitely a good way to do things, like the aesthetic. Like when all that stuff was going around, you could see all the stuff on the walls. You just felt like you were in a party with your friends. So like kudos. That was
Okay, I
well
lied. You
done.
can see a little bit of it.
You can see a little
little
bit.
bit.
See, yeah,
A little bit.
Everybody
Not
needs
as much
a
as I
disco
would have liked.
ball.
I did record Canada's song.
Yes, you did.
Oh, you did.
I did.
I was going
Yeah.
to, and then
I
my
did,
phone was
and then-
being stupid.
No, I recorded it, and then he kept walking on the stage.
How
Not
dare
staying.
you?
So I'm like,
They
slowly
need to
following them.
move. They need to move.
Well, I
around.
know, but
I think they all did really well, and I liked all the banter between the members. I think that was really well done. Sam, he's hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, there. Oh, and then the singer, the backup singer, what is her name? She was amazing. I don't know if I knew much about her before this concert.
Wasn't it Carmela something?
Yeah, Carmela Long.
That's it.
Yeah, like yeah. I guess I just never noticed, like, because she's been there with them for a long time.
Since 1989, apparently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just because we were in such a smaller venue, we could see better, and we could see the people who are actually on the stage, right?
when I saw her, when I saw them at the P&E, I didn't notice her
No.
because I didn't even think about but when I saw them at the Playhouse,
Yeah.
smaller venue,
Yeah.
I was like, wow, okay, this is going to be
Like,
good.
yeah.
I knew she was part of the band because
Okay.
there's that one. They
Like,
did
you always
someday
hear a
at
woman
that
in there,
retirement
but-
home for that one lady.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's where I knew that. Okay, she's good.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize she was with the band.
No,
for
had
that
no
long.
idea.
For that long,
Like, you
yeah.
knew there's backup singers. Like,
Yeah.
that's a thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize she had been with
But they
them for
work so
long.
well together.
They do. They play off each other really, really well.
And a couple of songs that needs it,
Oh, absolutely.
like Diamond Sun.
Well, like he said, we'll keep her. Yeah, definitely keep her. Yeah.
She's definitely a keeper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
she
really
is.
good.
Yeah.
So, did you guys know that they were originally named Tokyo?
Yes.
I thought that was
I
interesting.
may have heard that, but I had forgotten.
I'd forgotten. Yeah. So there's that, and six Juno awards that they've won.
It's respectable.
That is respectable.
Interesting, because our next episode is going to
Could
be
be about
about
the
the
Junos.
Junos.
There we go.
And do you remember him saying that they're going to be inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Well
on May
deserved.
15th.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. That's a good one. They're also on the Canada Walk of Fame. That was from September of 2023. What else we got here? I didn't realize, and I don't know why I didn't realize this because I really like this album. Their debut album is The Thin Red Line.
Yep.
I thought there was one before that. And I
Nope.
don't know why I thought there was one before that.
I think, yeah, I
just
think
all
I
kinda
thought the
mixed
same because
together.
it was like Thin Red Line and then Diamond Sun and then
Yeah.
whatever after that. And
Yeah. It just kind of all
Yeah,
muddles
I
together.
can't kinda one of those-
Probably because like you think when a song or like when an album like that hits, at least especially with our older artists, is there's usually
one or two before that they're
music-
kind of trying to break in.
Yeah.
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 Whereas they were able to break in just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's 7
Yeah.
songs played off of that album in the
Good
concert.
album.
Yeah.
They don't have a bad album though.
No. Well, there was a. Okay, well, so I'll ask you a question then. What was the highlight then? What song did you really want to hear?
Well, I really wanted to hear Canada's song.
Okay.
Yeah,
Besides
same.
that.
Besides
Besides that one, but like
Besides that one,
from their
well,
original recordings.
Of course,
The one that he's like, we're not playing that one.
Yeah,
we're
that-
not playing
Yeah.
that one.
Okay. Which one was he talking about?
someday, wasn't it?
That was the one towards the end, but there was one at the beginning he mentioned.
Oh yeah, because he did mention a second one, and I was
Yeah.
like, was he talking
And I
about the
couldn't
same one the
figure out
whole
which
time?
one.
No, I couldn't figure out the first one either.
thought maybe you guys
I
knew.
knew
Dang
it was
it.
someday was the other one. He was
Yeah.
like, we're not allowed to play that. Blah blah blah. And I was like,
But they
you
did.
better play that.
Well, it's just like also when he teased, 40 years in the making, and with the fact Junos were in town and
Oh,
stuff
sorry,
like this.
that wasn't even
I was
sounding.
like, is Bryan Adams gonna come out for this?
Oh
like,
yeah, I was
Right?
panicking. I was like, what's going on?
That would've been good.
It wasn't someday though either. By the it was Don't Forget Me.
Don't Forget Me When I'm
Yeah.
Gone.
That
Yeah.
was it. Yeah.
I was just looking at the playlist.
Yeah,
again.
it was that one. They have to play that. You can't.
Well, I think that goes to conversation we had previously. Like, it's their biggest hit.
Yes.
They like it.
Yes.
But some artists probably, we've played it enough. We
I
don't
know,
want to. But
for the people, for the little people in the back.
It's I forget if it was like Bryan Adams or somebody had said it to him. I think that like with Summer of '69, they're like,
Yeah.
okay, you better really like this song because you're
Because
going to
gonna
play
be
it for
played
the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Oh yeah.
Bruce Allen, I think it was that said it to him.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's fair, right? And just like Thin Red Line, like you're going to play the ones that people love.
Mm-hmm.
You know they love them. But yeah, we got to figure out what that song was that he wasn't, that they weren't going to play. I don't know what it was.
Could have been
I
my
don't-
song.
It could have been my song.
They played my song though.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I thought they did play my song.
They did.
But I
So
think it was
he's
just
tongue
joking
in
about.
cheek. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're not going to play that. We're not allowed to play that. You
Maybe,
may want it, but we're not
or-
playing it.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I couldn't figure out which one it was talking about. He was
No.
talking about. I thought maybe you guys knew.
No, just need the one. Just the one.
Well,
And
of
I
course,
thought it was. Sorry.
I
go ahead.
cheated for the set list. Like,
Did you look beforehand?
I looked back in November when the tour
Like
started.
I said, they have it on Apple.
They do.
Too.
That's- Yeah. I didn't look. I didn't. I
Speaking
wanted
of which,
to be
what happened to us
surprised.
getting meet and greets?
Yeah.
We really
I forgot about that.
We considered it. We
When
definitely.
I went
did.
to-
When I
went to the
considered all
merch
about
table,
that time.
They were still for sale.
You could still buy them right
Yeah.
at the merch table.
Dude, why didn't you say anything?
Yeah, I probably would have. Yeah.
The meet and greet.
Dang it.
Yeah.
No, no.
A shirt, a CD, and a meet and greet.
Yeah.
Well,
next
when
time.
this-
We'll do it next time.
Tour was announced. this Island Earth
Yeah.
tour, right? With Erica M.
Yeah, I thought she would be at this one. That's what we
didn't.
were waiting for too.
Yeah, I thought
No?
so too, but
She must have just been on the Back East tour.
Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I'm like, were they actually going to play this Island Earth? Because that's one of my favorites off of Diamond Sign.
Yeah.
And then and I'm like, okay, yeah. Opener, and I'm like,
Interesting.
interesting. But then once we did hear it, I'm like, okay, that was actually a good opener. Because
Let's say it's the name of the tour. Why would they not play it?
Yeah.
no, I was like, well, whereabouts? Was it going to be?
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
But
You
it
didn't
just
expect to be
with
first.
Like
yeah.
to open.
But with the drums coming in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good way to start
That's
it.
a perfect.
it was.
Yeah.
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 Well, that one, Ecstasy, and Looking at a Picture.
Yeah, actually, I forgot about that part. That was cool. Is they came in and each played their part or whatever. So
Yeah.
slowly building the music. So yeah, start with the drums, and then I can't remember. Was it the basses that came next, or
Yeah.
and you just build it up, and then
And then Sam,
all of a
and
sudden,
then Alan, and
then
yeah.
he actually walks out, and you're like, yay.
Yeah, I've been that was on my
Yeah.
my music list for the longest time, and it still is there, and it probably won't be going off of that anytime soon. So, yeah,
No.
it's on my
Yeah.
playlist.
My Town
so.
was my favorite one. That's always been one of my favorite songs, though.
It's very good. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have one that I don't like. So, I mean, I was happy with the whole thing. So,
Just listening to the lyrics, because I think this was kind of that. Well, with Erica M, I think it was that '80s stuff, and then looking at a picture. If you read the lyrics, it's
Yeah.
all childhood.
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Dreams.
total
Oh, yeah, like, I had
nostalgia.
And then the
Goosebumps
photographs,
and-
right, that they
Yeah.
put up
oh,
there.
it was beautiful.
Oh, I love that part.
So that was,
yeah.
I'm like, but there's another band that does that too. Of course, me bringing that up. Leopard does the
Of
same
course
thing.
they do. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? With photograph, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I wonder where they got the idea from. But that was so good though. I'm just
Well,
thought
yeah,
that's all I was
I
doing.
loved
photograph
it,
too,
yeah.
Yeah.
right? So, like, I don't know. I think it was good. I think that was a really nice way to do it because then you got to see them through the years and
Yeah.
you got to kind of relive all of that part, right?
But you
Like,
didn't
oh, yeah,
realize
I
how big
remember
they
that.
were. Yeah, but you didn't realize how big they were when they were playing the stadiums way back in the day.
Because we were
That's true.
children.
I know.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you're thinking,
It's like grade 7 is
Yeah.
when Diamond Sun, I think, came out.
Yeah.
well, you're thinking Canadian music.
Yeah.
How big in the world is Canadian music?
Yeah.
Of course, we realized later. Well, you knew we had Bryan Adams,
Yeah.
right? But you didn't realize some of these other bands were that big,
Yeah.
that well known.
No, because I mean, we knew their like those hit songs probably as children, but
Yeah.
we didn't know necessarily or realize who they were, where they were from, anything like that, right? And even because obviously with Alan Frew's accent, right? Like when he would talk, you definitely didn't connect that as a
Totally true.
child.
No.
Yeah.
That he was in Canada. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, he's like from where my dad's from, right? Like it's not, he's from over there. So over there, across the pond,
Another island, yeah.
across the pond,
On a
right?
little island.
And then everybody's like, oh no, he's Canadian. I'm like, have you heard him talk?
That's what kind of threw me off too. And I'm like, okay, I know he's Canadian, but
how?
like he's got a thick accent
Yeah.
like my mother-in-law did, you know?
Exactly. Like, how is that possible? So, I mean, not until you're older do you realize, oh, okay, now I get
Exactly.
it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely wasn't on the radar as a child that.
No, I didn't even think about it.
No.
No.
Just like Bryan Adams wouldn't have thought about it.
Well, like the big thing is like what he brought up because he was mentioning 86. Like, so how many people saw us in 86? That's what
Not us,
You know,
because we were 12.
we were
Yeah.
12 in 86. And then, he goes, I can forgive some of you not being born and such.
That
This is
was
our latest
hilarious.
single.
we were hatched. Yeah, it's going to be on the radio tomorrow. Gosh, it was so funny.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
What did you think of? So Al Connolly is the guitar player.
Yes. He's
His
amazing.
song.
Yeah, it was good. I didn't know he sang, sang.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
that makes sense, sang.
Same. Yeah.
It was good.
Did something other than, backup vocals?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's because I was trying to look up, and I'm like, the song "Victory," like,
Well, he said it's been 40 years that they've been trying to get him to do it.
Yeah.
So, right, 40 years? Yeah.
40 years.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because
That's when we thought someone else was coming out.
When he mentioned the 40 years, been trying to get this happen for 40 years. We're like, are they
What's-
getting Bryan Adams? Over here? But no.
but that was a highlight.
It was
I
a
thought
That was
Interesting.
definitely a
Right.
highlight.
Yeah, it was a nice surprise to
It
hear
was very much.
somebody
Yeah.
else in the band singing a full song, right? Like
Yeah, it
they
was
all
fantastic.
got their musical talents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was really good. It was fun. Didn't go too late. Not that we're that old that we can't stay out an extra hour.
Okay, to some,
but it was nice.
To some of us
Yeah.
that are night owls, it's like, that's
Done.
it?
It was too short.
It was
It
short.
was a little
too
short.
short.
Yeah.
It was
I wanted
short.
longer. I wanted more songs. But that's just me. I
But they
could sit there
because
and
they
listen
didn't
to
have
them
an
all.
opening act either, right?
Yeah.
So it was just them. So that was nice too. I really did like how they did the encore.
Yes.
The way that they played out that song.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was unexpected to have so many little twists and turns. And I was like, wait, oh, okay, let's go with this. Yeah.
Well, that one part when you got us to sing,
Yes.
I turned around to the sound guy and I'm like, he's like, because I overheard him saying, that was actually
It was
really
good.
good.
Yeah.
We're all good.
And I turned around and I'm like, just it. Yeah, it was good. And he goes, yeah, you guys were good. I'm like, oops, I shouldn't have said it.
Until the last part. Yeah.
Couldn't apparently do that
I
last
was
little.
like,
No.
right?
Yeah.
I was like, I heard the crowd and I was like, okay, you're totally going to screw it up. I was like, I just stopped.
Well, I think that's what happened is a lot of us did drop off because it's like, there's no
No.
way I'm
No.
going to hit
You
it
weren't
the way
going to try it.
No.
I did it. It was
No.
I
totally
tried.
easy.
Yeah, I tried. But like, I'm very much like, when I'm singing with a crowd, I tend to follow what the crowd's doing rather than
And they
doing it
mess you
myself.
up.
And they
Yes.
mess me up. Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying not to listen to anybody else.
Yeah.
And just do it myself. I was like listening to them and exactly what they said. And then
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
and then he was like, and go down. I was like, and down.
Yeah. I couldn't do it.
No.
No. I wanted to. I really wanted to,
You
but I
wanted
couldn't
to?
do it.
Yeah. Well, there's too many people drinking. They ruined it. It's their fault.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
No, it's nice to see a crowd though like that. That was
Yeah.
totally into it,
Respectful.
trying to stand and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it was.
It was good.
It was
It was
good.
very
there
good.
was, there was many
Oh, the Rod
older
Stewart
people.
story.
Oh,
That
the
was
Rod
hilarious. That was
Stewart
hilarious.
I love the
story.
Rod Stewart story.
Yes.
So the homeless man on the street.
Yes.
Oh my.
Nice.
Yeah, I think he said that one story at the Playhouse too.
Oh, did
I
he?
forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that
I
was good.
hadn't heard that one, so
No,
that was good.
Me neither.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
He's just, I think, well, because he did a podcast.
Yeah.
He would bring on, but did he write a book or did he write something?
I don't
Can't
know.
remember.
He had the daily affirmations on
Yeah,
Facebook,
which I-
and you posted that every day.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget about
or
through
every
the
week or
Allen
whatever it
glass. Or
Yes,
through the
that's what I
Allen
meant, the
glass. That's
podcast
not what
thing,
it
yeah.
is.
Through the Allen glass?
No. Through the.
the-
What was? How did it go?
Was it through the?
Through the looking glass.
the looking
there we
glass,
go.
okay.
Oh, okay.
The Allen glass. What the hell's wrong with me? Anyways, that
I
was all
gotta look
during
up-
COVID.
Right
and
now,
that
he's
was-
probably listening, going,
What the hell?
through the Allen glass. That's what I should
Actually,
have
really
done.
good.
Trademarked. Because that I know that's I listened to that a lot during COVID. So that one was a different. I don't know about a book though.
Yes, he did write a book.
Okay.
So I was right. So it's called The Action Sandwich.
The action.
I suddenly feel
With
really,
Alan
really
Frew
bad that
and-
we don't have this other
And Sharon
Alan
Brennan.
book.
Yeah, I
Right?
always forget. So he's turned into a very, was it a 6-step recipe to success by doing what you're already doing? Is basically what it's about.
Well, they all.
But I
have
think
different
that's when I
things
saw him
they
back
do.
in 2009. Was for that.
They all dabble in lots of things, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
But the
their
way he
only-
writes
Yeah.
those daily affirmations,
Yeah.
it just seemed to. Well, he started at the start. Well, it was the year before, and then it carried on, and then he was writing stuff during COVID.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it kind of got you through it.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
today
it's when
is
people
yesterday
take the
and
time to
yesterday,
connect
like, it
with
just-
you, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. And that's why I think I liked that venue more, is because it felt like you were just kind of hanging out in the neighborhood pub.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice Scottish pub with
Nice
the
Scottish
Scottish singer.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hanging out, telling stories, singing songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
I'm sorry, not all of us are Scottish, Lyle.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
true.
And Vicky's
Sorry.
phone's going off again.
Sorry.
Nope.
Apparently, oh my gosh. Okay.
Apparently,
Done.
she really
It's
wants
done.
to play the songs.
Done.
But,
That's okay.
Sorry.
All good.
yeah, no.
It's like this episode won't be on YouTube because of all my music clips.
Yeah, I can't wait till they come back.
Yeah.
I'll go see him again.
Oh, totally. 100%.
Oh yeah.
yeah. And
definitely.
this time we'll pay for the meet and greet.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Who put the thing that Lyle forced us to go to this or whatever?
I did.
Yeah, because like
I was like,
yeah,
what?
I was kidding.
Oh, okay.
I was kidding. It was like an LOL.
I was like, wait a
Like,
second. What?
Somebody asked why we decided to
It
go
was
to
Heidi.
this
Heidi did that,
this
yeah.
concert, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Lyle made us."
Yeah.
LOL.
And I said, true.
I was gonna say we all just wanted to go. Damn it!
Yeah,
It was just a must do.
it was.
Well, I thought Heidi and Lisa were coming to the Thursday night show. I thought they were going
That's
to
what
that
I
one.
thought, too.
I didn't realize they were
So-
coming to the Saturday
okay.
show.
Yeah.
When I was talking to Heidi on Friday about it, and I was like, "Oh, I thought you guys went to the one last night," and she was like, "Are you kidding me?" She's like, she messaged Lisa, and she's like, "We're going tomorrow night, right?" She's like,
We didn't miss it, did we?
yeah, she's like, totally had this freak out. And so, of course, she blamed me for it.
course.
but,
Of course, yeah.
You know,
Can't,
I was like,
you
I
can't
could have
miss
swore
it.
they had bought tickets to the previous show because I thought ours was sold out by the time they decided to go.
Right. That would suck.
That
They
would
missed it. We'd be like,
That
na na
was-
na na boo boo.
Like, I was
Sorry, Lisa and Heidi.
I was a big
today.
fan through the 80s.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Right when they,
Yeah.
but never really told anybody because
Were you scared?
yeah, it was one of those ones,
You're a
right?
closet
didn't you
glass
actually
tiger.
have it
gosh.
on LP?
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got that on LP, and I think I have
remember
Don't
you
Forget
having
Me on 45. And I have a Diamond Sun on a tape, and now I've got them on CDs. But I didn't even think about it, and then finding out that people that we graduated with, they like Glass Tiger too. I'm like, what? Pardon?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently one of Lisa's favorite all-time bands.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, cool. All right.
You're out of the closet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's safe.
It is safe.
Well,
The water's fine.
Always
Come
has
on
been.
Because
in.
everybody, like, I
You
always listen to
worry.
hair metal.
Yeah.
What do you listen to Glass Tiger for?
Because Glass Tiger is awesome.
It's like them and Honeymoon Suite and Platinum Blonde.
Yep.
And, yeah.
Yeah,
of
you
all
feel like
those
you
stuff.
kind of get pigeonholed into a
Duran
certain
Duran.
genre of music.
Yeah,
and
yeah, because that's all I
heaven
focused
forbid
on.
you listen to something else.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So
It's okay.
it was nice.
Yeah.
And now it's a new generation listening to them as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Not just the grocery store.
Not just at the grocery store. No.
no.
No, if you raise your kids
I'm
right.
sorry. It feels like Lyle just came out of the closet and he's so relieved.
He's so relieved other people already like them, and it's okay now.
It's okay now, yeah.
She's a second artist now too.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson and
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I ever cared what people thought when I was listening to stuff. But then
No, me neither.
I
That
think
was
it was
the-
expected of girls that
I was
they
gonna
would
say that
like.
was the forefront of our music.
That
Like
kind
we
of-
didn't care
Yeah.
what people thought about what we listened
No,
to. Though.
But you put on the persona at high school that this is only listen to Metallica, Leopard, Bon Jovi. Like
Yeah.
you only listen to those heavy bands, and
Yeah.
yeah, you listen. What? Glass Tiger? No way. Yeah. So,
Well, we were listening to a bunch of it before the concert when Kelsey and Adam came over, and it happened to be all the music videos. And I think it was Kelsey who had forgotten that Bryan Adams was in the song. And so we're watching that video.
Well,
But the fact that there was a child portraying him in
Yeah,
that
with
song.
her, yeah.
But it was funny because she's just watching and she's like, I don't really remember this video. And I think Scarlett was even like kind of looking at it, and they both saw the hair. And I was like, oh, just wait, it gets better.
it's way better.
As each one comes out the door, their hair is amazing.
Well, it was funny
So
because we were
much
talking about the hair
volume.
on the chat group, and then he
Yeah.
mentioned it too, and I was like,
Yeah, the hair was good.
Yeah.
It was a great time
Back in
for
the
that.
day.
Yeah.
back in the 80s.
Yeah. It was funny though because the rest of the band all had big, glorious hair.
He finally grew his though in the next album.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. It was
Yeah.
definitely different by that point, but I just thought it was funny in the start. It was way shorter.
Well, that's actually funny. Is like all the clips that were up there, but also like Kim was saying, we were watching videos before the concert and stuff, and just seeing the whole different hairstyles all the way.
All the
through.
clothes. The clothes.
Yeah.
the clothes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The little
Yeah.
pop tops and
80s. Love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The only thing that upsets me is that Wayne Parker, the original bass player, is not touring with them. So I don't know what he
Yeah,
does.
I don't know.
But he's still part of the band.
Yes.
And I know he was at the Peony,
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't seen him since. So nothing about him online. So
No?
maybe they can answer that question for us.
Maybe.
Why he's not touring with them.
Was,
Like
he
they
on,
do
the,
at other
was he on
things.
the last one?
No.
The last tour? No.
No. bass player that's
saying
playing with them is
and you
amazing, and the
couldn't find
drummer,
anything,
they've
right?
never
Well,
had a
the one
drummer
time
since.
you saw them at like the casino here, wasn't it just Alan and the guitar player or something like that?
No, it was
Or
Alan and Sam Reed.
Yeah, Sam Reed, yeah.
And it was another guitar player. It wasn't even Alan.
It wasn't
okay.
Al Conway?
No.
No?
No.
Where
So
were
it's
you, Al?
That was many years ago when you saw that
Yeah,
one.
16 years
I think,
ago.
well,
yeah.
you think
Wow.
about it, they have other projects too, right?
Yeah,
So-
that's what I think he might be doing. But
That
he's still
could be.
part of the band
Yeah.
officially.
Yeah.
But he hasn't toured for a.
Maybe just doesn't want to
time.
tour.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of the things.
No complaints about the bass player that's playing with him.
No, he
he
was
was
good.
perfect, and the drummer was amazing. So,
Yep.
When you were doing your researching, is just like how big they hit it right off the get go, and just
Yeah.
how it kind of changed their lives or whatever. Because like women, I think there was a story you were reading, or was he telling about where women climbed like 3 stories to
Was
try.
he
and
talking about that? I don't remember where we
I
were.
don't remember.
Yeah, it was probably an interview we watched.
Oh, probably.
Because we were watching videos and stuff like this. But yeah, like, at that time, like, yeah, women were just trying to get to see
Get
them and
to
stuff.
them.
And like, so they'd be in a hotel, 3rd story of a hotel, and women would be climbing on the outside of the building trying to get into their hotel room and
gosh.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that,
a lot
that
of.
was the crazy of the 80s, though, too.
It was.
it was
Yeah.
different time.
Oh, totally. I don't know how they survived that, but they did. I'm sure they enjoyed it for a bit, and then it was kind of probably got to a point where you're just like, you know what?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's becoming a little bit scary.
Yeah, a little bit scary.
Well,
yeah.
because they did break up, and then they got back together,
Yeah.
and then like performing for the troops in Afghanistan.
Yeah, that's
and-
really neat too. Yeah.
Yeah, so their career is.
Yeah, I was glad he talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was nice to hear.
yeah. So their career is back.
Yeah, it's flourishing. Yeah.
I hope they come back.
I'd like to see a
hope so.
documentary
Yeah.
like other bands have had. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be nice to see.
So, and we'll probably explore Glass Tiger in a future episode too.
Yeah, probably because this
Possibly.
was more just about the concert
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
little snippets.
So-
here and
Oh,
there.
there was one thing I was going to say. Is you were mentioned that like we have a group chat now for this Glass Tiger thing. Obviously, I suck at the social media. We all know that. I do get a kick out of that. All of a sudden, my thing is just all of a sudden. Well, there's this concert or this concert and this concert. So all of a sudden, from this one concert, there's like, are
Well,
we
5 or
going?
6 other ones
Are we
that we were
going to all
looking
these
at.
other shows?
Well, I think that group chat is going to turn into the concert chat. I think
That's what's
Yeah.
going to
what
happen
it's
too.
going to be.
Yeah.
Is concert
Yeah.
announcements.
Who wants to go to this one?
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll ignore it like the rest of the chat.
I'm sure you will. That's
So I think
okay.
we've been fortunate
We'll all
so
be
far.
like
that-
tagging you, Clint.
yelling.
Answer
Pick
the
up.
text.
I think we're fortunate that we've seen some really good shows.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
hope it
Continues.
keeps going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Continues.
Yeah. See them again, and that'll be another good show.
Are you putting in the fact that we might be going to see some really bad shows?
Well,
No.
no, but sometimes,
You don't know. You don't know what
you
you're
go in
gonna
with
get.
expectations. Like last time I've seen them, it was really good. So I'm
You're
hoping to get
expecting
the
it to be
stage,
really
and
good.
it was really good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I only
I-
recall one show being bad, and it was only half the show. That was when I saw Marilyn Manson, but Rob Zombie was there, so it didn't really matter about Marilyn
I
Manson.
made up for
I
it,
did
right?
walk out on one concert. So
Clint
Clint just
Fiends.
fell over.
Oh no.
it was Bob Dylan, and
Bob
it was a
Dylan.
very
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Okay, that's
I left
you
after the
mentioned
third
that.
song, but the opening act was amazing.
Yeah.
Sue Medley, she was amazing. I don't know where she is now, but
Yeah,
she's even around. But she was the highlight, and that was about it.
that's about it.
So that was the only concert I ever walked out on. So
That's not bad.
I don't
Nope.
think I
Nope.
could walk out on a concert.
I don't think I ever have either, but
I
I've walked
haven't.
out on movies, but not concert.
so
I don't
That's a
even
much
think if I
cheaper
could
thing.
do that. It's like, it's gonna get better.
I paid how much
No,
to
I
go
paid
see
That's
how
what I
this?
thought
Yeah.
too,
Yes,
but
yeah.
I just couldn't do it
No.
anymore.
If I,
And the price was right for the tickets.
oh my
too.
gosh, the price was so good. That's why I would definitely
Reasonable,
go
yeah,
there
definitely.
again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think compared to like the stadiums, definitely better.
I don't even I know we paid for our tickets, but I don't remember how much we paid because you bought the tickets.
Were they like
They were about
70?
$53.
Oh, 53. Yeah. So
Oh, even less than I thought, because I was
I was
thinking it was
thinking it
around
was
70,
70.
75
Yeah.
or something like that.
Well,
That
So-
included
even
all
so-
fees.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
53 all
So I
fees?
gotta say,
it was
Glass
all in.
Tiger
Yeah, wow.
did a good job with pricing because
Yeah.
that that way your fans get to come. Oh, another thing I saw, I don't know if you guys noticed it. This is the kind of people that were there. There was an older gentleman walking up the stairs beside us near the end. The song wasn't quite over. And he was struggling, like he was trying to get up and he was like head down. And the guy in front of us jumped out and ran and grabbed him and was like, oh, well, let me help you back up to the top, sir. And I was just like,
Oh, nice.
okay. So that was a real good highlight.
Feel good moment.
A feel good
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a lady struggling by where Heidi and Lisa were sitting too, and they gave her a hand
her
to
a
get
hand up.
going and stuff. Yeah,
Aw.
it was nice to see some camaraderie around the
Right.
the venue.
Not letting people stay down where they can't get
Yeah.
back up from.
Exactly.
So
So with that,
overall, I think it was an awesome concert. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It was a lot of fun.
10 out of 10.
Went.
Yeah.
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 yeah,
a good
definitely.
night.
Except for the $5 for a bottle of water.
But that's
That's not
that's
the
bad.
venue.
That's
not the
okay. It's a venue.
Yeah.
We'll forgive that.
So yeah.
Except for the fact that I found they had free water after.
Yeah, that's funny. It's all good. Oh, and someone liked my shirt, so that was a plus side too.
Yes.
One of the security guards was like, "I really like your
Well,
shirt."
there was somebody too before. It was a lady in line that said something about your shirt too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, when you were getting
when we were
the
at the
shirt.
merch table or
Yeah.
whatever. She's, oh, your shirts are amazing.
Aw,
Nice.
very nice.
People on the radio or podcast whatever, who probably aren't aware because this is not visual. So what shirts we were wearing? It was our
The one where we turned
Wow.
50.
the one where we
Sure.
turned
The
50.
time, the time we turned 50, or something like that. The one where
Yeah,
we
I
turned
guess
50.
the one where I turned 50.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was cute. Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
which
Alan saw one of the
we
pictures
wore.
we posted.
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, Alan saw the picture, and he's like, did Kim and Clint not give you guys the memo, or did you just ignore it? And I'm like, I didn't even know they were wearing those shirts.
No, it was like a last minute thing. I was like, oh, should we tell them? Because you guys were probably already left. So I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll just wear them. It's fine. We'll be the only two, but it's okay. Because, we just love to dress alike. No.
No, I'm not a fan of that. But
Alan is all over the matchy-matchy.
Is he?
It drives me crazy.
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, then you guys need to wear those shirts a little more.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyways,
Anyways.
with that,
Yeah.
we'll catch you on the B-side.
Thank you for joining us on the Music Roundtable. Please like and comment where you listen to the podcast, and make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter and let us know what you'd like us to talk about. Until next time.